This stream contains fast flashing images that may affect viewers who are susceptible to photosensitive epilepsy or other photosensitivities. Viewer discretion is advised.
Today, 3 teams will take the stage, but only one can forge a path to tomorrow's grand final. Hello and welcome to Day 5 of Game Changers Championship 2023, coming to you live from the Arena CB LOL in São Paulo, Brazil. I'm Ginny, your host for today, on the desk with Kakuka and Baby Bay. Lovely to have you both again. How are you feeling?
I'm happy, you know, we're down to
Why are you dancing?
to 4 teams.
Feeling good, yeah. It's gonna be crazy matches today.
It's 1:30. You're already dancing.
Yeah,
It's
I'm ready.
a bit
I'm
early for
ready.
that.
I'm so excited today. I feel really good, and like you were saying, this is a nice moment. It's a happy moment.
It's a happy moment because we said goodbye to a couple of teams. Unfortunately, that's not the happy part, but we have the top 4 already locked in. So before we start today, we have a very special surprise for you because we actually have the 2023 Esport Desk Analyst of the Year, Mimi, sit down with 2022 Game Changers champion G2 Mimi. So I don't know how that went, but let's just check it out.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Game Changers Championship in São Paulo. I am Mimi, joined with G2 Mimi, and I would like to ask you a few questions today, if that's okay.
Sorry, who are you? I didn't see you come in.
Mimi.
Mimi. Nice.
And
Nice to meet you.
I'm a caster. Alright, what's the worst opinion I've ever had regarding Mimi's gameplay?
You've casted some of my games,
You
I
have
think,
seen a
right?
lot of my games.
You mean some of your games?
A lot, like
Well,
basically all of
like
them. I heard
Premier,
you're a big
right?
fan.
In North America, I've seen like you're
North
like Division
America.
18. What rank are you, sorry?
Where are you from?
I'm from Denmark. I've lived there my whole life.
Oh.
Yeah,
Actually,
until my
wait,
time with
how
G2.
old are you actually?
25, really. Yeah, since the day I was born.
25 since the day when you were born.
Let's go back to the question around the worst take you've had about me.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I don't listen to you. I'm a champion. When I go and I VOD review with my team, you want to know the first thing I press?
Yeah.
M, mute. Turn it off, and I focus on improving.
M
Because that's
for-
what it takes. Do you see that logo behind you? Championship.
Yeah.
What's the first part of that word?
C.
No, the first, it's 2 words. It's a portmanteau.
M. Mute. I just muted you. So, who is going to take home the trophy this year?
Oh, so when you drew that one up, I was wondering what you were thinking.
You know, my
Did you
head-
write that on that?
My head
can I see
works
that?
a bit.
Oh.
No, you cannot
Oh.
touch my part.
Oh, I can't touch it.
No,
Oh, okay.
I cannot have your dirty fingers on my
Oh,
part.
my dirty finger. I had to shake your hand. You're worried about dirty fingers? You want to know what Here, let me help you out. Here, give me your hand. Here you go. If you don't want to touch a champion, I have a little hand sanitizer. Do you want to be clean?
No, I don't want.
You don't want that?
I'm never gonna wash my hand again.
That's because you'll never be a champion. I'm done with this interview.
I am so sorry for this interview. She is not supposed to act like that. Clearly, she doesn't know professionalism at this point, but I hope you enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah.
What?
We hadn't seen that before.
You'll never be a champion. You're
No.
muted.
I feel like that was directed towards
Hear
me
out.
more than Mimi, honestly.
In the first 15 seconds, I don't feel like G2 Mimi was getting exactly where the interview was going. And as time goes by,
can
and she sees Mimi, like our Mimi losing it.
I thought that was G2 Mimi.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, it went
Totally.
over my head.
I wonder why.
Oh, God.
No, I'm just kidding. That was
good.
crazy.
That was very
That's a
funny.
really funny interview.
that was
I'm
pretty
not
good.
gonna
Close to
lie.
Mimi.
Good
That
job,
was,
guys.
that was very, very nice.
Give him an Oscar.
But
you know,
Mimi is indeed a champion, though.
You got a championship, you got a analyst of the year, give him an Oscar, add it all on top. They can add it to their collection of trophies. But let's also talk about what happened on this stage yesterday, because we had a triple header. Crew up against SMG, Team Liquid against BBL, and the one at the end, Shopify Rebel against G2. Now, every single one of these games was a nail biter.
Yeah. I mean, but starting off with the first one, like the way that SMG played yesterday, I think surprised many people. I mean, we know how aggressive they're getting and how comfortable they are, but it's the security and everything that they were doing. So no surprises on that side.
Yeah, they tamed it down a little bit too, and in this Team Liquid and BBL matchup, Team Liquid bounced back and looked amazing. And this comeback on Haven that they had was sick. It was a lot of Bastarda just going in at this defense jet, just getting this first blood. I think she had like a 40-something% headshot rate at the end of the map, and she was really popping off on that. And then this last one, this was just like an offing masterclass from Petra.
Jesus.
Even though they lost the series, I think she had like 16 op kills in the entire series.
So
which
you
is,
can
like,
you can
obnoxious.
say, even though you're from NA, you enjoyed map 1 more than the rest of the series just because of that?
Just because of her op, and I don't like watching Breeze. I'm
I
not
take
gonna lie.
I take wins one at a time.
Petra, no, but Petra has been phenomenal on this duelist role, and she's like getting better every match. But her op, it might be the best op in the tournament so far.
No, but
That's a big statement.
getting in the end with Shopify Rebellion, getting that win, getting that reverse sweep, I think that we saw a lot of that preparation also taking that effect onto G2. You know, we were talking about now G2 has showed every single map in the map pool, definitely everything that they prepared, and Shopify, of course, had a better homework.
Yeah, when it came especially to that Sunset, that final map, I think that's where the strat book and the depth of it from the side of Shopify really showed up. And they're able to get that win. They're chilling in the slot for that grand final, waiting for their opponent, who we're going to be crowning today. But that also brings us to today's Mastercard fan poll. We want to know what team you think is going to be making it to Sunday's grand final up against Shopify Rebel. Is it going to be SMG? Is it going to be Team Liquid? Is it going to be G2? Scan the QR code right there, here, somewhere on the screen. And cast your votes, and we have the results in later in the show. Also, make sure that you use hashtag VCT and hashtag VCT Game Changers so that we can feature you on the show, because everybody likes their 5 seconds of fame. So I also want to know your opinion, both of you. I'm going to start with you, Kuga. Who's in the grand finals, though?
I would love to see, like, I have 2 options. Like, for me,
Okay.
like, the problem is that
No,
there
no,
is
you have
no
one
bad
option.
option.
You have-
Okay,
you
there
have
is no
one
bad option
vote.
because I want to see a rematch of the I want to see Team Liquid.
Okay.
I think I want the home crowd.
You agree, disagree? You want to...
Team Schmieg all the way to the
Schmieg.
finals,
Okay.
but
That's
they're
not-
going to lose to Shopify because NA #1.
What does SMG stand for? I'm just like testing...
Team Schmieg?
What does Schmeek stand for? Bro, what's going on? Either way, having a look at the bracket, this is what we currently have. Shopify Rebel, as we said, they're already in the grand finals. Team Liquid up against SMG. They're going to be heading up against each other to then later today go up against G2, which, if we're thinking about it, one of these teams could potentially be playing 6 maps in one day.
And that is a lot, especially for a team like, for example, SMG that has not had this, international experience and all that comes with it. It might turn into a lot. We know that most of the matches that we've had so far have been very like one-sided, like a 2-0. But it could potentially be a very, very long day for one of the teams.
Yeah, and with how both these teams played yesterday, it's very likely I think this will be a 2-1 either way, and going into that next match, you're going to be beat down, you're going to be brutal. Whereas if you did get a 2-0, you might have momentum going into the series against G2.
Okay, I guess so. Then it really comes down to how the first series is going to go. 2-0, 2-1. I think we're going to have to wait and see. 3-1 being a little bit more likely because you're on the desk and I'm on the desk, and that's kind of what's been going on over here with the last couple of days. So we got you. But we've also seen some incredible gameplay on the stage this entirety of this week. Whether it was a 2-0 or a 2-1, it didn't matter because we had so many star moments. So we're going to give some love to our players and look back at our top 5 plays of Game Changers Championship 2023. First one is going to be G2 Petra, and she's scoring an ace against Team SMG. By the way, a little reminder, it's like 5-1. We're not doing one.
5-1. Okay, so Petra's number 5.
Number 5, yeah.
In your books, but I think that this was a perfect display. This is actually her debut on Jet, and I think it's perfect. It's a perfect way to end up a map and the series, I believe, right?
Yeah. It was rad.
Yeah, it was
Say the
sick.
least.
It was sick.
Sick.
This is where it all started, right? This is where we're like, okay, how is Petra's jet?
Yeah,
we
this
saw
is
her
how it all
raise.
started with
This
Petra.
is
We
how
never
it all
knew
started
Petra.
with her jet, though. We didn't know, and she was busting out the off in the series as well, and out opping a Neri, and it was like, wow, hold on, there's something here, like she's actually nice.
All right, next up, we're going to have a look at the number 4, and that is, surprise, another ace. This time around, it's on a pistol, and it's a massacre, courtesy of Floor.
Yeah, this was sick. It was all headshots,
Clean.
too.
Okay.
Instead of speeding up to go to A site, they're like, all right, hold on. There's a bunch of people pushing our window in mid. Let's go back and take a 1v1, and Floor just cleans up with 5 clean headshots. It's beautiful. This is what you want as a Jet player when you buy the Ghost. You're like I want to hit the heads, and you hit every single head. You're feeling good. and she probably ended up going off to dominate the rest of the game.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't a long game after that one, because as you see in the scores in 11-1, we're talking about warming up and definitely some very crisp shots. But after 11 rounds, I think that she was feeling herself. Why not?
Absolutely. Another clip, another ace, this time coming in at number 3. It will be G2 goes into IGL. Mimi.
Oh, loving that. I think that you can tell like how different G2 Gozen was when Petra was on the IGL, and you know, before all this role swaps, how she will be always lurking, you know, giving you something else. And I feel like Mimi also has her own style. We see it in most of the maps. She also likes to take a lot of productivity when it comes to defense, and she has the role skill to also get this place.
Yeah, this was so crazy, this whole series. The aggressive play she was doing on the post plants especially. This was just a defense play, but the other plays that she did in the map were just insane. And she was getting 3Ks consistently across the whole series.
All right, number 2 coming up next, and that's going to be the flick shot from BBL Queen Eva, because the way that she check her PC after this, because I don't know what that was.
This is just VALORANT, like in a nutshell. Like,
yeah.
I feel like once every like 100 ranked games this happens to somebody, like anybody out there. This is why we love the game so much, because she's full moving and gets like a flick one tap. It's just like, what is going on?
It's precise gunplay.
Oh,
now,
yeah,
hear me out. This is something that you usually watch just from from your seat, and somebody else doing it. They're like, everybody's like, whoa, man, that's unreal, that's crazy, you're so good, and you're like, I shouldn't have hit that. Like, let's be real. But it's a beautiful, beautiful play.
Meant to do that.
She hit that. She did that, all right? And then last but definitely not least, number 1, we have the play of Game Changers Champion 2023, and that is going to be Roxy with an impossible clutch.
Best
That was
in the game.
1v4.
That transfer. That transfer was cold.
Yeah, exactly. This is the kind of play that, yes, it is a 1v4, but probably they thought that just with that double opener, they would get the kill, right? Like, she's making a lot of noise. You know exactly where she is. We open at the same time, and, you know, Roxy could... I'm kind of sad that we didn't get the knife kill from Roxy. I would have included that in this.
Yeah, but this spray transfer was just sick enough. And then, like, if they're going to give it to you, then, you know what I mean? Like, take it.
So how does it feel? Right?
To get 1v4?
Oh, this is getting personal. This is getting personal.
How does it feel that 4 out of the 5 plays are from EMEA teams?
You know, I wouldn't normally say that it would feel bad, but when I look at the overall bracket and I see that there's an NA team that's just taken out every single team that they played against in the tournament, and they're in the finals, I think I'm chilling, you know what I mean? Like, I feel pretty good, you know? Yeah.
No, not winning in my opinion.
No?
No.
Anyway, they're one game off. Either way.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, yesterday, that's in the past. But let's talk about today. Let's talk about the matchup that is to come, because we're going to be looking at Team SMG up against Liquid. And the story for both of these teams has been strangely similar. Looking at the bracket particularly, both of them have been knocked into this lower bracket because of G2. And guess what? Who's up next?
Oh, we love a story of revenge, right? Like, they make it this far. I think that, you know, for Team Liquid, repeating a little bit of what they were doing last year, because I remember that they finished a third, I believe. And for SMG, you know, coming in and actually having this performance, also winning our hearts in the way that they did. Okay, there were mistakes. You know, mistakes were made, but it doesn't matter because we stuck together. And I think that whatever happens, both of them are very, very eager to take down G2.
Yeah, it's been like the theme of this whole tournament. It's just been revenge on G2, right? Shopify needed revenge. Everybody needs revenge against G2, which is that says a lot. You know what I mean? That a team of that caliber like makes this much of an impact on these other teams.
Just a team to beat.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, they got beaten so far by Shopify, so we'll see whether or not that's replicable. But there's also a chance that Team Liquid is going to ban Lotus today, because if there's anything that we've seen from SMG and we've figured out is that Lotus is just not a map you want to go up against them.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, the first time, yes, there were the mistakes, but the second time around, when we saw the actual composition, the trust and the way that they play the game was still the same. So we can understand better now how it worked so well when they had 4 duelists, because they can make it work just because of the intention that they have around the map.
Yeah, it's like they're playing 5 duelists all the time anyway. Yes. But the beauty in playing a normal comp is they were actually able to condition and have trap plays for further rounds, and that was like a whole nother gameplay that we didn't get to see.
Utility.
Yeah, I was like, oh wait, so they don't just have to headshot people. They had a double trap play one of the rounds that we went over. I think Heather did a teleprompter of it, and it was just like beautiful. They forced them into the A with a tether nade combo, and it just eliminated the entire team. It was just a pleasure to see, and that bind was nice too.
Yeah, and as well with the change up in their compositions, because they were very quick due to just having 4 duelists. Don't try that at home in your own ranked games, please. That slowed down their time as well. More util usage, a little bit more passive.
Yeah, they're not overheating as much for sure, and I think that's something that's going to be huge going into, honestly, any series, especially if they make it to the rematch against G2, because we saw a lot against G2, and Neri was just getting punished hard by Petra. It was a complete jet div, let's just be honest, right?
I think it's about, you know, having a solution when your plan becomes your problem, right? Like,
Yeah.
it is okay, and it's so good to actually have such an aggressive playstyle and making it work, but you also need to be able to stop it and go for something else if you're being punished over and over.
Yeah, and let's have a look with how they're feeling ahead of this matchup, because we have the lovely Mega Fabs ready, who's standing by with SMG's Shirazi just to check in.
Hey Shirazi, come over here to Tita Mika for a second. Just wanted to ask you, you know, you guys talk about Kohaibi being one of the best IGLs in APAC. So what do you think makes her a great leader, and how do you think she'll match up against Daiki?
I think she's a great IGL when you put her up against anyone, not just Daiki, because of her long years of experience in FPS, and her calls is just great and always on point. Yeah.
Amazing. I think you guys will do an amazing job. Best of luck.
All praise the IGL. That seems to be the theme this time around. Confidence, IGL praising, and just momentum. I think these 3 words have been coming up time and time again. And when we're looking at the likes of SMG, that's going to be coming in really, really clutch today as well.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, that what we know, and definitely they know as well what hurdles they're going to be encountering. But if they go in with the same trust that they had that day that they made the mistake, and they were like, yeah, we don't care, we're fine, we'll do it. Oh, like this, yeah, it will happen.
Yeah, Alexi has really also been the MVP for this team, particularly to the point where she's popping off in game, but also offline, yelling at the top of her lungs, and it sometimes has some consequences, because there you go, 2-0 against Crew. I'm close to losing my voice. Yeah.
EMEA, I haven't had a voice for like I mean it's getting better now, but for like a week, I don't know. I haven't even been screaming that much, so I can understand that, especially Alexi with the performance that she's having, the attitude that she's given time and time again. She's going to lose her voice, and it's going to be worth it.
I wonder if the crowd still has their voice, because they've been hyping up everyone.
When I was in the crowd, I was hearing her just go absolutely crazy on the comms, and like that's so insane to hear, because they're such a cute team and they're very like soft-spoken, but then when they get in server, their gameplay and their personalities are so loud.
It's like you want to protect them, right? Because they're so adorable, and then you see what they're doing on the server, you're like, whoa, I'm actually scared of you. Like, this is not normal.
But honestly, we were seeing it in the video, like Alexi's like, yes, and then she sees the crowd, and the crowd is like cheering for her. She's like, thank you.
Well, it's not going to be easy for Alexi, because she's going to be going up against Daiki from Team Liquid, and that is something to keep in mind, because Daiki has had pop-off performance after pop-off performance.
Yeah, Daiki's been an anchor for this team, and her calls were great. And wow, like I was really impressed with the calls on Haven and like the layers that she was calling on. Same with SMG, honestly. I feel like both these teams really leveled it up, and their stats are like great for this head-to-head.
Yeah, I think that maybe, you know, Daiki's stats are not the craziest, but if you watch any Team Liquid game, there is no way that she is not a standout for you. The way that she moves around the map, the way that she uses her utility in so many instances, it's just beautiful. And she also has that, you know, that kind of personality that you know when she's in the server.
No, indeed. So let's have a check-in with Bizarra and see what they had to say about Team Liquid's run in this lower bracket so far, since it's been incredible.
Eu fico muito feliz da gente estar crescendo mais e mais nesse campeonato, e eu espero que nas próximas partidas a gente consiga mostrar nosso jogo igual a gente tem mostrado nessas últimas. Coletivamente falando, a gente está confiando muito mais em nós mesmos e focando muito em comunicação. Então, nosso time está bem preparado para as adversidades da partida, contra nervosismo, tudo isso já passou, então a gente está sabendo lidar e agora a gente está na melhor forma.
Issa is up first. Fully blind though. The Odin queued up. The dart not finding anything. Another flash connecting, but Issa finding shots. And Daiki lighting up the beat too.
Só queria dizer que eu acho a Kohaibi muito fofinha. Queria pedir para vocês continuarem torcendo muito pra gente, porque tá dando muito gás mesmo. Todas as partidas vocês estarem gritando com a gente, puxando a gente pra frente. Tá sendo muito da hora. Continuem. Muito obrigada pelo carinho de todo mundo.
That crowd buff, definitely something that we've already touched upon a little bit and spoke about, especially when Team Liquid is playing, they're going crazy.
I mean, I have to say, in some events, you know, there are teams that you like more, there are teams that you like less, and I hate this situation because you understand why the crowd is so unbiased, you know, when there's a team that is not Team Liquid playing, because it's very wholesome to watch.
Yeah, they've been incredible, and they've been cheering on even BBL yesterday when they were going up, unfortunately with only Felipe on the stage, but still, they really did their best, and they're trying to make everyone feel very welcome, which I appreciate.
I could have never.
But let's move on.
I could have never.
No, that was crazy. Let's move on to the other players from Team Liquid. Jadida particularly, because she has had another great day, and it seems like every single time she's on the server, she's ready to pop off.
I think that it's so important because, for example, when we're talking about Daiki, right, and you know, her personality also in game and how she supports her teammates and yada yada, Georgina doesn't even need that kind of thing, you know, because when you're playing the controller, you know that you're playing a little bit alone, like you're just also playing for other people, but nobody's going to be playing for you. It's a little bit sad in that stage because you're either going to be anchoring or, as I said, just being a little bit behind. But I think that her performance, her clutches, her multi-kills are so important and determinant for Team Liquid to have the performance that they have.
And she's not the only player, because Bastarda has also been doing popping off too.
Yeah, but Bastarda, I was really impressed with that last game in Haven. I think it was like mainly her that started that big comeback against BBL, because it kind of looked like it was out of reach for a second. But she kept going aggro. She didn't care what the score was. Yeah, we're down 3-4 rounds. So what?
You just need that one round, right?
On defense, she was pushing down, but multiple rounds, just playing really confident, even though they were behind. And it actually got them back into the game and made them win.
Yeah, and the confidence particularly has really allowed her to get a lot of first bloods on the board, which again, as you mentioned, one round only left for BBL, but she was the hurdle in their way.
Yes, exactly.
All these kills. Look at all these first bloods. Even with a Bulldog, she doesn't have a real gun. It's a fake gun.
Wait, do you like the Bulldog?
I like the Bulldog, but against a Vandal, come on, I'm taking the Vandal every day.
You just need to be Bastarda. Just be better.
I know, right? I know.
Honestly, just be better.
I wish. But like, look at all these kills, and it's like round by round. Like, you literally played the last 3 rounds, and look, another one in OT here. She's just so confident, and like, I feel like she's really, really gotten into the form.
I think it's also because of the combo that they have all going. Like, you know, when they get into a room, you definitely know that they're a team and they're all on the same page. They have like, I don't want to say it's ego, but definitely they have a presence, you know, when they get in there.
Confidence.
So no, but I can imagine, you know, that they're in that situation, and then Daiki says something and something clicks in Bastarda's head. She's like, yeah, I'm going in.
It's not just their individual fragging power or the first bloods or just them popping off. It's also the fact that they have had some incredible retakes that have been just perfected to the T that makes them even more of a crazy enemy to go up against.
I mean, the one on the sense has been good, but to me, like the ones that they were performing on Haven were very, very clean. You have to, you know, Haven is a map that you definitely can play a lot for the retake, but you have to do it properly because everybody's prepared in many, many ways to counter those, and the way that everything was moving, it just felt like Team Liquid had everything studied.
Yeah, they take their time, and especially when they have ults, they maximize the efficiency of that ult. And to use an ult on a post plant like that, like they had one on, that we're probably seeing a little bit, where they literally ulted on the B side after they cleared it. It was perfect because all the defenders had to push in, and it just gave them free kills.
You know, to me, that kind of brings the question in terms of their success rate when it comes to these retakes, how that's going to be going up against a team like SMG, who's very happy to just press W, get onto your site.
I mean, you definitely have options. If you just want to let them plan and play full retake, what SMG needs to do is just to go on the hunt and read onto that. That is also where the preparation comes in. Like, you know, they have everything prepared. We can like learn the route that they're going to be taking. What are we going to do about it, you know?
All right, preparation is key once again, and I see you're preparing your telestrator. We're going to be heading into that a little later.
You want to draw?
Both of these teams have just had such a great run so far in this lower bracket, and I think that's also going to be really sad to be saying goodbye to either one of them. But before we even do so, we have Mika Fabs ready once again, and this time she's got a quick word from Loud Slicer.
Hey Isa, could we have a quick word with you? You know, your performance was amazing yesterday, by the way. I was wondering what you think sets Team Liquid apart from the rest of the teams here in Game Changers Champions.
Eu acho que a principal diferença do nosso time para os outros é que a gente está com energia muito alta, a gente está vibrando cada round, a gente está muito feliz jogando, isso faz toda a diferença dentro do jogo.
We have Arthur here for some translation.
Okay, I would say that the difference that set us apart from other teams is that like we have such a high energy where like by round, just like vibrating so high that in the end, that makes the big difference in the game.
Can't wait to see all of that energy on stage. Good luck.
That energy was definitely crucial yesterday when it came to that comeback. But something else that we wanted to look through is their pistol rounds particularly, which has allowed them to set themselves up for success, set their economy up. So do the thing.
Yeah, and in this Haven pistol round, I'm going to highlight a bunch of different layers to it. It's a double lurk setup, actually. I'll just play right away. So what they're doing here is they're denying info on the A space, and they're also denying info on the C space. Let me highlight the map real quick. You just look at this right here. So they're putting a Viper Orb here and an Omen Smoke here, and they're putting a turret in mid. Now, the turret gets broken by the defenders, and now they know, okay, we have to re-clear mid. So let me play this, just look at the minimap. So they all group up mid, and if anyone's here, they're going to try to punish them, kill them. They see the Jet's pushed up, and they get the dash out. The Jet is stuck here. They're going to dog up, and they're going to punish the Jet. The Jet's going to die, and that opens up the entire map. So if you look at the minimap again here, the map is now open. They're up a number. They're going to get this KJ deposited at A with a Jet Smoke and a Sky Flash. And that leaves 2 defenders on A. And now they're going to go back for the C. So this is just great macro play. They're able to use this smoke to do a sight hit. But now, since their sight hit kind of got delayed by utility, look at the KJ on the A site. This is just a free low. This is what you want as an IGL, just a complete masterclass. And, you know, at the end of the day, I think it comes down to a nice clutch from Georgina. I'll fast forward it, but it shouldn't have even gotten there. This round should be over. You know, but stuff happens in pistol rounds in Valorant, right? It is what it is. The Jet gets the late flank, doesn't get value, people down the site too early. And then this is where we see Georgina just the star clutcher for this team, and she just goes absolutely nuclear here with the 1v2. And this was just a beautiful round. If you're just watching the minimap, it's just chef's kiss.
I think that also that is something that is going to work or should work pretty well against SMG, because SMG is the kind of team that you know is going to be putting that someone pushing through mid. There's going to be, you know, maybe not that much discipline into moving around the map, so it's going to be easier for them to play with their heads.
All right, that looks absolutely great. Excuse me, my voice is being lost a little as well. You know, it's been a great week. There's been a lot of shouting and a lot of cheering. Coming into this one, however, I think to highlight the fact that both of these teams have their final shot here. Everything here is on the line, so we're expecting them to be playing their hearts out.
Yeah, and I mean, you gotta lay it all out on the line right now. Like, this is like make it or break it time, and the pressure has never been more immense for any of these teams. You know, except for maybe G2, they're probably chilling right now because they've been here many times before. But especially for Team Schmieg and Team Liquid, the pressure is on because they want to break those barriers. Especially Liquid, who was like 3rd and 4th already, you know, once before.
Yeah, I wanna go back to Schmieg here because I know what SMG stand for, still moving under gunfire. But in your head, what does Schmieg stand for?
It's literally that. It's still moving under gunfire. You're just pushing the entire way through.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, they've been pushing through this lower bracket, which brings the question of whether or not Team Liquid is going to be putting an end to that. But before we do so, we have your opinions on the matter because it's time for the results of our Mastercard fan poll. Earlier, we asked what team do you think is going to be making it to tomorrow's grand final against Shopify Rebellion, and the majority of the votes went for G2 Goals, and very close though with SMG.
Listen, I mean, they've won our hearts. When you go into these polls, it's better to go with the wild card, being like, yeah, G2 goes in, but what if?
What if?
What if?
What if?
I like the what ifs, I'm not gonna lie.
But before we even can you head there? There's still 2 games that SMG will have to play. And I think the fact that you're now in this final hurdle, you know you're going up against G2 next, which is a team that's already beat both of these teams that are playing here today. That could potentially be a further obstacle where you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna play my heart out here, but then I have to do it again.
Yeah, but that's part of the competition, right? It's a stress test. We know that. But if you want to be able to get to that final, that is only going to be a little bit more complicated. Because remember, the Shopify Rebellion is going to be having those 2 map bans. So everything is going to be in their favor. Like, from here on, once you fall into the lower bracket, it's just uphill. And if you can win that battle, you're definitely a champion.
Yeah, and especially, it's so funny, like, the dynamic both these teams have, because Liquid, in order for them to win, I feel like, we heard it in the interview, like, they need to have the energy, they need to bring the energy, and for Team SMG, they're like, oh yeah, like, we need to just be calm and all this stuff, and it's just so funny, because both teams play, like, pretty aggressive and pretty smart, but they're both, like, just different in terms of vibes.
Well, 3 teams will take the stage today, but only one can move forward to tomorrow's grand final. We've already touched upon it. This is do or die for every single team. So much on the line. But Day 5 of Game Changers Championship 2023 starts right now.
Fico muito feliz da gente estar crescendo mais e mais nesse campeonato e eu espero que nas próximas partidas a gente consiga mostrar nosso jogo igual a gente tem mostrado nessas últimas.
For us, we feel very confident after we lost the match against G2 because we finally got to learn from our mistake and we can fix it from that. The streak didn't really matter since it's only in APAC. What we really want is the international streak.
Nosso time, eu acredito que uma das grandes marcas dele é ser muito resiliente, então a gente nunca desistiu fácil, nem no começo do time, nem agora. Nosso time está muito bem para isso.
I think Team Liquid looks pretty strong. I'm excited to go up against them. We are very confident.
É uma oportunidade única você representar a sua região no seu próprio país e o que a gente mais quer nesse momento como time, conseguir passar para essa final e, nem que a gente saia sangrando das partidas, a gente tem que passar por elas.
We're definitely gonna make APAC proud. Team Liquid, you better watch out.
It's normal to feel down about a loss like that. It's no secret that you always feel bad after it. And I think it's super important how you handle it, because if you just go and cry yourself to sleep, like nothing is going to change. What you have to do is you get up, you look at your mistakes, you face everything, you just take full responsibility for what happened, and you just go and try again. So this time again, we put all our faith into Mimi's hands. We trust her fully to help us get the W again.
Okay, so this is a match valid for the lower semi-final. We got Team SMG against Team Liquid. Team SMG has the higher seed, so start choosing wants to be Team A or Team B.
We pick Team A.
Team A. Okay, so SMG starts banning.
Ban Breeze.
Breeze, ban for TL.
Ban Lotus.
Lotus. Map pick for SMG.
We pick Haven.
Haven, okay. So side on Haven for TL.
Attack.
Attack. Map pick for TL.
Pick bind.
Bind. Side on bind for Team SMG.
Defense.
Defense. Next set of bans. SMG bans a map. You got Ascent, Sunset, or Split.
We ban Sunset.
Sunset, okay. Last ban for TL. You got Ascent or Split.
Ban Split.
Ban Split. We got Ascent as decider. Side on Ascent for SMG.
Defense.
Defense. That's it. Good luck, have fun.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Have fun. Oh.
The stage is set. We have Haven, Bind, and Ascent. This could be the last 3 maps for one of these teams in this tournament.
I mean, it is going to be for one of the teams are going to be the last maps, but it's very interesting, right? SMG banning Breeze, leaving that window open for Team Liquid to ban whatever they wanted to, and it was just, I was actually looking forward to seeing Lotus, but it's not going to be possible. Instead, we're going to Haven first, and I think it's going to be very, very interesting, the fact that SMG decided to go for this pick, even though we were discussing it. We saw it even on the telestrator. The plan that Team Liquid has for this map is impeccable.
Yeah, and I think that this comp that they're running up against is like, I've been saying it this entire term, I'm going to keep saying it, the double controller looks good against the Breach comp. I mean, but to be fair, BBL had some good adaptations against Liquid yesterday, but now Liquid can make those adaptations again. So I don't like this pick from SMG, and I also am confused why Liquid would pick Bind against an SMG that has been dominating every team on Bind, including G2.
Maybe they like challenges.
Yeah, I guess both teams.
No, but hear me out. Like your preparation comes also to like tricking your opponent, being like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
The same question that you had, I'm sure that Team Liquid was like, sorry, that SMG was like, "Oh, really? Like for real? You want to go here? Like you expect something that is going to be extremely precisely prepared for you."
Yeah, and it also gives us then the questions that we're already asking right now. Why is that the case? What's happening? But I think going back to that fact that they've prepped something. They potentially have an ace up their sleeve. So you're then going into the map thinking, oh, what can I be expecting? You're already in their heads. They're in our heads already.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely both in each other's heads, because to pick Haven after Liquid played it yesterday, you're definitely Liquid, and you're like, okay, they definitely watched our entire game plan, including OT rounds. And on the flip side, Liquid's like, oh yeah, we saw your bind multiple times. So it's gonna be I think a game of IGLing brain, master classes and stuff like that.
No, not
the brain games,
not the
mind
mechanics,
games.
not the mechanic game, not the headshot game.
I think at this level and at this stage of the tournament, everyone's mechanics are on point.
Absolutely.
So I do think it's going to come down to who has the better reads, who's making the better plays, and with utility and stuff like that.
Honestly, I expect the first rounds to be absolute chaos from both of sides, because of course we know that.
Sign me up.
Yeah, literally, because the situation that they're on, like as we're saying, this is do or die, is you win or you go home. You do have a plan, but you know that the other team also has a plan. You know that there's very, very heavy hitters on the other team. So, love it to see Mimi like that.
Okay.
Prime
Gaming, no, but Prime Gaming Agent Select is ready, and we're gonna have a little bit of like the breach is still. This time from SMG?
I think this is new from SMG playing the Astra.
No, they were playing the Astra.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. They were playing.
We're mostly used to seeing that Omen, but no, they play it with the Astra. And yeah, I think it's going to be very, very interesting. Kind of sad because I'm a big fan of Cypher here, but we don't get to see it.
Yeah, not a lot of teams are playing Cypher on Haven anymore. I think my one issue is that we have to go.
That we do. That's not an issue. That's absolutely phenomenal. We have the first game of the day ready. We're going to be heading over to our casters, Mimi and Ender. So let's get this party started.
Thanks very much to the desk. Yes, this will be the most brutal day of the tournament here. A maximum of 6 maps to be played, and one team from this game will play them all.
It is an absolute gauntlet these teams have to run, but for Team Liquid, the home crowd heroes, they have to go through 4 different bosses in these days. Yesterday, they take down the Aim Gods in BBL, all clutch, a battle to the nail. And today, they have to play the unfair back-to-back boss fight, no break in between, against the hive mind of SMG and the reigning champions in G2 goes in.
And if they win that, you have the best of them all, Shopify awaiting in the final. It's going to be a brutal day. Team Liquid want to stay alive in front of their home crowd, and SMG want to do APAC proud as we hop in to map number 1.
And we are going to be going fast off the rip here. SMG set for some control down C long. Majority of Team Liquid playing over into Able. We'll see if Issa is able to engage this down C long. In OT yesterday, she won against that push. It was a huge swing for Team Liquid.
Kohibi is completely alone on this site. And with everyone approaching from short, get caught off guard here. dash into the site. Kohaimi has so many angles to look at, and she's overwhelmed.
Watch the flank though, in spawn. Isa's waiting for two players coming in around the corner. First one dealt with, second chipped away at. Aneri falls, Isa gets two.
She keeps it going from yesterday, but in heaven, Alexi has found the gap. Picks off Bizarra from range. Still, it's only a 2v4.
Lots of utility, but the fights aren't to be found from SMG. Cammy and Lexi, they need something here, but the flashes, the stall, everything is stopping them from getting out from spawn.
And then it's the crossfires. Team Liquid have a great one set up, and Georgina, she'll shut down both of them. Pistol round, Team Liquid.
Team Liquid coming out swinging once again. They got knocked straight to the lower bracket here in São Paulo, but since then have been incredibly dominant. It was so important. Kohaimi is trying to rat out the smoke, but gets dealt with, and then here you have Isa playing perfect flank watch, making sure that isn't going to be an opening. Team Liquid were really concerned and pressured by those flanks from BBL yesterday on this map.
Yeah, and I think the big priority for Team Liquid has to be forcing SMG to respect them. We have seen this Apex squad run people over in this tournament already with their fast pace. Team Liquid cannot allow that to happen. They need to contain the aggression.
Team Liquid, this setup looks different this time around, and SMG have taken a lot of space into mid. I wonder if they look for a re-clear here with the dog. That's exactly what it's going to be. Hops on up and sees both players. Two players swinging out from grass as well. Naneri's holding her ground. The concuss just to get these two players out, and Kohaimi actually creeps up short for a kill.
Georgina will trade that back, but she's not long for this one either. It's very risky here for TL. 3v3, but they have open inroads towards C.
Yeah, SMG gamble wrong. Lean back into A, expecting once those players fall that that's going to be the plant.
And no guns picked up. They'd have to re-clear through A short to do it.
Not the hardest thing in the world, although it's going to be a plant for A-Link and almost might force these players back instead. SMG walking straight into it.
Isa is ready. Bulldog not finding anything. Aneri, a big shot there. Now only one gun is left for Team Liquid. This round is on Bizarra. She'll hold in the close corner, ready to spray down as they enter the site, but the Cloudburst pushes SMG the other way, but Bizarra, oh my, sprays them all down.
Got blocked off by the Cloudburst for a second, but Bizarra gets the 3K. And there were a lot of moments in yesterday's game as well when Team Liquid were down in numbers, whether it was mid-pushes, aggression going into them. Bizarra was able to find multiple players stacked up and deal with them accordingly. There you have it. Oh, yeah. Pretty sweet. No arm or anything, so cuts through it very easily with the Spectre. But you can see with damage dealt, Team Liquid heading into the next, it is only going to be that Bulldog that they carried over.
Team Liquid almost always commit to these full bonus rounds. And you'll see SMG, they're so proactive in taking a lobby control. The Jet's not even here, and they'll walk all the way up long.
And SMG got to see Team Liquid play a full map with multiple overtime rounds as well. And they saw that Team Liquid played pretty patiently at the start of their attacking rounds. A lot of their play would be to wait out the early aggression and then try to break Killjoy utility in B and Garage.
And we saw Extremity walk-ups be really effective for BBL yesterday against Team Liquid.
Definitely, we already saw SMG look for that in round one with that C walk, and now crossfire position.
Oh, Kohaimi, she's gonna get all four. Beautiful control on her spray.
Crossfire? I don't see it. That's just a 1 versus 4. I think Alexi was along for the ride, hiding in the cover there. That was excellent.
Crossfire, I hardly know her. You only need one member to do it all. That's a great reply on SMG.
Oh, the Prime Gaming flawless. You've got it here coming around the corner. Very nicely done, just fully committing to the spray before picking it back up for the 4th. But now, of course, Team Liquid will have the buy going for them. Looks like, once again, a default setup, playing for a lobby control this time around. Very important to battle for that space early on in rounds so that those walk-ups are not as free as they were, and Kohaimi can't capitalize just like that.
And Team Liquid will get that space, but look on the other side. Walk up here from SMG.
SMG looking to fight just about everyone, and Neri gets that kill. At the same time, they've got double position over on short and a breach fault line. In 20 seconds, we'll be coming up to fight on that angle.
That would have been a trap play, but instead it's Aneri howling for more towards Garage. Bizarra spots her, and both disengage.
Kamiyu, the only player waiting here on the B site, but can stall with things like the Aftershock. Fault line not far from coming back up as well.
Players through, Kamiyu trying to control that Vandal, but she can't do it in time. Only gets 1 kill, but that's still a player advantage to SMG in this retake.
Double mollies on Spike. Team Liquid looking to fall off here. There are still smokes to play with for SMG, so this won't be so simple. Looks like Daiki wants to send that dog out. Doesn't quite tag.
She saw 2 though with it, and she herself is tagged in a lot of trouble here, and Kohibi takes her down. Here comes an activated flank out of Bizarra, but no one's actually on this site, so SMG can just start to stick this one.
Georgina had to be able to find something, stall out for longer. Now, even as the flank comes in, kills might get her into the fight, but the stick is good, and Inari finds 3 in the round.
Yeah, it's all her in that round. She starts walking down C-Long, then repositions and defends Garage, then she's going back into B and playing that Flood retake. The Jet for Team SMG is just so mobile.
The early fights are going to be very punishing, and that's where Team Liquid need to bring in some tempo shifts, right? They've played a lot of slow rounds so far.
That opener was nice.
That opener was really, really crisp. And Team Liquid, it just feels maybe a little bit predictable. That was a swing round. They're coming back in with Sheriffs and a Guardian, so maybe it looks similar for this one once more. And Team Liquid have also thrown the seawall quite a few times and haven't really leaned into it. That wall is really annoying for Breach comps to get back in with flashes and the fault line, but they've been playing more for mid control and this A lobby area.
Another walk up A long out of SMG. This time it's Inari.
Georgina went fully into short. If she's able to spot out these pushes, I mean, Kohibi gets the one out of Garage, and Team Liquid don't look like they want to keep challenging. As soon as that player falls Georgina, the pressure really rests on her to find some kind of an angle into the A site. And there is a way for her to slip the net here. She hears a shock dart down A long. She knows a push is in. Does she gamble no one's on the site? I think it would be a good call to go for that and maybe look to re-wrap into long.
But does that call her teammates back into this long setup, or does she fully clear it? Georgina checked on. That's so thorough out of Alexi. And now here is Inari, activated on her position in long, dashes away, stays safe, and that support utility ensures that this rifle's not going anywhere. So, I found herself a gap there, but can't get anything for it.
Zara, maybe if you get this kill, it can turn into a plan for her, but falling down, not going to go her way. Honestly, almost impossible round for Team Liquid to win. Georgina just needs to go a little bit quicker on that short push. Off of that shock dart, it seemed like she hesitated a bit, and that gave enough time for Alexi to come back and clear her out.
Still, Team Liquid had 2 different players infiltrating in really weird positions that round. SMG is going to have to be very careful because TL is super willing to take their time in the mid-round and find gaps like that.
And that's what happens when SMG are aggressing on extremities and when their killjoy utility is getting cleared away. One thing you'll see Bizarra do pretty consistently is use those nano swarms lineups to break the Molotov and the alarm bot on B. You can even throw it and break the turret in Garage.
First swing round here. Pop up for Inari. Big ults on both sides.
What I'm really concerned about is the op in Inari's hands in this short fight, because Isa is completely stuck at the moment. She needs her team to come back. She needs the assistance of Daiki's dog to get back in here.
That's the only angle you can get past this Viper wall, and it'll often find success. Dog's coming through, and Inari will be spotted, and she has to retreat.
But Team Liquid left Bastarda all the way over in C. If SMG have done their homework, they know this play is a big possibility from TL.
We saw this a lot yesterday. Bastarda embeds, the team calls back to her.
And SMG do not flinch. Nanoswarm on the ground, stars to play with as well. Even a deep one to hide backside for Shirazi. Allow the flood to come back in.
That's a great stun. Bastarda can't go any deeper into this site, and they're pre-taking with this lockdown. Georgina wanted to try and ult out and find a new position, and she'll have to.
Look at B site, look at B site. Isa opens that one up with the lurk. There's an ult over into A, a hugely chaotic round. It's just an area with an operator holding way deep towards A.
Oh, but the timing, she falls off the angle at just the wrong moment, cautious of someone towards heaven. Now Isa has a rough timing of her own.
Seekers are coming in to help them out, deal with the op. It's actually Knives coming out a window. Daiki doesn't have a way to scale up until that smoke comes down, and now the counter lockdown from Bizarra.
There's still a Viper in the B site, and they have to run straight into her. Isa, what can you do? Kamiyu swings around the corner. Shirazi, and Kamiyu keeps her alive.
3-on-3 now for this retake. There's an alarm bot for Team Liquid to play off on site here, as well as the paranoia, but SMG are coming in fast and loose. Inari leading from the front, turns around in to help. Bizarra finds the second off of Georgina. It's Camu against 2. Coming into the site, Georgina gets hers. We're all tied up.
Great post plant hold there from Team Liquid. And it's such a classic moment for this team. They rely so heavily on their embeds, be it over towards A, be it over towards C, and Daiki is an expert in these very chaotic late rounds at calling around those positions.
And it looked like SMG were prepared for that, right? They were in the right positions. But that's where, even when you're in the right position, sometimes Issa's just going to turn on you like that and get the kill. You've still got to shoot well, even if you know what Team Liquid's game plan is going to be.
Team Liquid already took down the guns of BBL. They're no strangers to dealing with firepower. But Iniri, she never backs down, and she never misses a shot like that.
Slips on out of there as well.
Second time now that she's gotten an opening, and look at this trap play. Stun there, Kohaibi follows it up expertly. Second shot as well, just beautiful out of her. Coach, IGL, Killjoy player, everything.
Also, just ready to fight. We'll lock in the chamber too. Doesn't have a care in the world. That spike spotted outside in A lobby too.
Bizarra slipped the net.
Won't be able to see this operator. She's right. Oh, she sees the tip of the barrel.
Should have this one for free.
Got to make sure it's precise.
And it is. Player in garage. Now the next priority. Can Alexi get the drop? Around the corner she goes, and Bizarra wasn't prepared on the angle. Drone through, will spot out Jujina. The troops are on their way from SMG.
Jujina does have the ultimate, but she knows there's players on A and on C, so you almost got to commit to the plant at this point. Fight forward one way. Paranoia, where does she go? Passivity is not the solution. Activity is.
She's found the isolated fight, but can she convert it? The other two players coming in through C-Link are here. The flash! She almost turns it into a second, but it's only one for Jujina. And SMG, whose defense is looking good thus far.
It's that activity. Moving down C-Long again. Team Liquid, well, they were able to deal with it pretty effectively against BBL, especially when they got deeper into the rounds. That is going to be a consistent issue from them.
It seems like SMG are willing to push even deeper than BBL ever was. They're so willing to take those risks.
They'll push deeper, and they'll also push on both sides, because Kohaibi is not a passive Killjoy player. You can see that with the 9 kills she's already farmed up for herself. She'll lock in the chamber on Bind. She will fight aggressively, so as that op is moving down C-Long, she's also looking to take the fights into Sewer, and that's why Team Liquid never have the chance to take it slow.
Attack pause here for Team Liquid. How do they deal with this aggression?
I honestly think they can try to either like heavy lean into fighting one area of the map, because right now playing to contain on both sides when there's an op that can jump in, get a kill, and dash away. There were 2 players outside C, but a trade's just not simply going to happen. I think playing to overload and fight aggressively, especially into that A lobby area, can work for them. Make sure the op can't get posted early, or play for mid control. You have info on your opposite ends, and once that space is taken, you just turn that into a quick B hit once you know players have space behind you.
But it always comes back to dealing with that first layer, that first stage of aggression to get into those positions where you can play the mid-round. That's where Team Liquid is comfortable. And thus far, SMG, they've been pushing them off their game.
Yeah, one of the other things that SMG have at their advantage is this Astra, because they effectively get an extra, half player using, stuns or pulls from anywhere on the map. It allows them to almost have 2.5 players fighting C, fighting A. Does come at the cost of the lack of proactivity you can have from that Omen. The Paranoia is definitely a strong ability, but on defense, especially when they're looking to step up and fight on 2 fronts, the Astra is the best agent for the job.
It looks like they might be speeding things up. 3 players postured towards C-Long.
TPing across, and there you have it, trying to overload into this area to scale up very, very quickly. Now the turret will spot them from Garage, but it'll be a full-on retake. There's Hunter's Fury and the Rolling Thunder.
But there's a Viper's Pit on the other side. And there's 2 lows in mid here. SMG wants to get aggressive and take this space, but Bizarra can catch a great timing flashpoints in both. But Bizarra is more prepared. Here comes the counter flank. Shirazi's pushing through.
It's all on Shirazi. She's going to be here so quickly. She can't just get one, she needs 2.
Everyone's on the site for Team Liquid. They can now play this one from long, but Daiki was still too far ahead. Everyone else escapes.
Still some smokes to play with here for SMG. The pit goes down. It doesn't quite reach, but it gives them so many areas to pop out onto the spike.
Issa could be anywhere on this site. She could play from any angle. They'll dive into her with a shorty. How does Inari get away with that? Stick on the spike coming through. Pit is falling. Someone needs to stop this defuse. She's just holding it. No one is there in time. And Shirazi wins the round.
SMG just goes straight on into the Viper's pit, and it goes their way. They didn't even have to use the Rolling Thunder or the Hunter's Fury.
What a heartbreaking round to lose for Team Liquid.
Just
and it all started with this, right?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Taken down to 1 HP, of course, with the decay bonus. But I think that jump, once you hit the ground, is what turned it around. Honestly, Team Liquid, they gave up control over Garage. They all fell off to long, and then there's still an Astro alive. That smoke is going to come on the spike. It's a big blunder from them.
And look what it's done to them. Their money is in the dumpster, and Inari's never going to slow down on these early peaks.
Get out of my way!
Team Liquid need to re-clear into short. These players are completely trapped over on long. Dog will come in, but it's broken, and Concuss keeps them trapped. It's actually a Hunter's Fury too against the Eco. Issa steps forward, but easily dealt with by the operator.
Two players back towards C. The spike will rotate over. That's where TL want to pop. Shirazi alone and blinded. There's no way she can get away with anything here. The Blade Storms, though, actually losing that for Bastard is big. Now they only have one gun in this post.
That's a large loss. Bizarro was also able to find one. So there's options to fight for. They might actually get the Rolling Thunder out of this. That would be a win for TL, but they need control in Garage. Not if Bastard gets the opener.
Can they get out through long? Those cloud bursts going to be critical to do so. It's almost a repeat of last round. And again, Daiki will fall somehow. She gets one on her way out, and Bastarda keeps it going. That gun she picked up has proven critical to keep TL in this round. 1v3. Alexi, they're just going to swing you. No way she could have gotten away with that one. So Team Liquid, they get punched, and they rally back immediately.
No round in this game will ever be a done deal, right? No. Team Liquid, the round before that, absolutely should have been theirs. But SMG looked good on the retake, and here, the second the smoke drops, Inari not connecting on the op shot, and that from Daiki, that's the one that really put the last nail in the coffin.
Team SMG are going to be on an eco this round. They started as a really fantastic half, but Team Liquid now have a chance to come out the better of it.
Team SMG are on the move.
Not
3, not 4, 5 players into mid here, Mimi.
There's a turret to watch this, but how many do you actually expect? How soon does that call come through to either flip the map or fight back through your flank? They're smoking it off as well, but Bizarra hears this. She has to police 5 players, and she is immediately taken care of. Issa knows that she just needs to run away at this point, just needs to try and control space in short and not overcommit.
Team Liquid are still fighting into short. 4 players from SMG moving into long. Georgina gets the first on the site, and Daiki gets it in short. Hold on though, Cameo and Shirazi from long. Alexi joins the party, it's Daiki in verse 3.
How's it come to this? The leader again in another clutch situation. So many this event. Aftershock forces her into a fight against Alexi, and maybe just a miss on her movement key. She jumps up at the wrong moment. And SMG, they go eco for eco.
Out of charge.
They win with the sheriffs.
Concentrate, Sova.
You don't have to pay attention to guns at the bottom of the screen. Doesn't really matter. Ults, guns, nothing.
Yeah, just another Mastercard thrifty, casual.
Not even how many players are still alive. Nothing actually matters in this game. It is just the clutch factor.
What a call to make, though. Walk 5 players down mid with no utility. Instant flank into A.
We've heard SMG talk, though, about how sometimes, hey, on eco rounds, they will just do crazy things. They don't even always justify it for themselves. They say, might as well. My eardrums, I might need new ones. That was loud.
The energy in this team is, ear rupturing, might be a word. But they're getting excited. They're straight back into this half. Inari has another operator. But that wall lets Team Liquid get into sewers.
It's a repeat of pistols. See where Issa is, just on flank control. And going all quick into short. But now they re-clear towards long, but they don't have utility to do it. They go into long without the flashes from Daiki. An area still posted and has a puck to play in.
That she does. She can just be the troll under the bridge, hide out here. But look at Georgina. That's great teleport to get up and over the top. Is this going to be another round traded back? They came in with just 1 sheriff, a couple rifles picked up, and now Team Liquid might just win it. But here comes the retake. All 3 players from Team SMG ready to flood fast. 2 flashes.
Spike planted.
Cosmic Divide.
Right there.
When do they go?
They're waiting 5 seconds. Camu has the fault line coming up very shortly.
And Kohibi has to walk away from this one. They'll wait for that Viper Orb to drop. That gives time for Team Liquid to set up. There's the pull. Stun through. They'll head into this. And two are stuck. Shirazi jumping down into hell. She's got it down to 1. Can she close the deal? Towards short, Shirazi doesn't know the angle, but Issa gives it away. Is there time to get this one done? Can Shirazi find the shot? Only a Sheriff in her hand, but it's Issa instead. Team Liquid weather the storm.
What a combo there from SMG on the retake. TL secure the round, albeit just barely.
But it all comes down to that timing, right? They wait just a few seconds too long, which makes that fight so awkward. But I mean, they had to get this util online.
They had to. They waited for the util and then they waited. They had to bait out, you know, the Viper mollies, the Killjoy nanos, all of those things. Cause so much frustration, make you waste so much time on the retake.
Straight back into it though. Already, Team Liquid taking control towards A lobby. But look, I mean, SMG instant reaction. They're fighting into mid.
Stepping back out to mid, they also have a different setup. The final round, it's a full microwave setup on C. A is very soft. They're going to play full retake with the Killjoy lockdown. Team Liquid, do they have a read on it? Do they have a beat? They didn't hear utility used too hard in mid. Camu's been sitting on the fault line this entire time, waiting to use it proactively off the contact from Maniri. Tucked away in Cubby. At the same time, down long C, Issa continuing to prod. Now she's activated that alarm bot, baited out utility. They know so much is on this side. TL might gamble that this A side is open and go light on the entry util.
One flash, a dash. That's all that. Oh, Paranoia as well.
Paranoia. They hold on to a dog. They still have a sky flash, but watch this duel. Aneri versus Issa. And Issa gets it once again. The pistol and the final round of the half. She's perfect.
And now look what TL have to hold on to this one. A couple mollies, but they are going to be forced away by this lockdown. Can they get out in time? Only 5 seconds to escape. Here comes the retake. SMG are in swiftly. Kohibi has the first kill already. That's guns picked up. She's out towards long and couldn't cancel back in towards the site. So everyone is off site for Team Liquid. Tap on the spike. Fight has to come soon. Kohibi gets a huge kill onto Bizarra. Now everyone is towards long. It's fully committed from Team Liquid, but SMG knows it. They'll fight forward. Well, the spike gets tapped and Issa is destroyed. Another massive round from Kohibi, and well, it's close. They've got time.
Kohibi has been picture perfect throughout this half. It's SMG leading 7-5 going into the next. And it's coming after Team Liquid are pressured so consistently in those post plants. SMG's retakes were absolutely on the money, but now it switches. It's their turn to go on the attack. See, once again, Kohibi started this out with just a Sheriff to get that opener. Upgrades at the end for a couple extra more. And takes it all the way for fourth finish.
The amount of rounds that both these teams have won with less than perfect weaponry is impeccable. But earlier, we spoke with SMG's Shirazi regarding today's elimination match.
We feel very great because it was 2-0, and I think the second map was a bit close, but yeah, we still win. For us, I think we expected it to be like more dominant on both maps since we went 13-3 on the first map. I think at Bind, we just got a little bit confused since I think on Bind they play similarly to us. So yeah, we were a bit shocked, but yeah, we got the hang of it. I think everyone's mood was like, we're gonna pretend like this was Scream, and we're definitely gonna do our best and just play normally how we would.
Dissipates Kohibi right on their heels, puts one in between the eyes on Rami, tries to get onto the second, cannot. And it's Alexi, who was the hero in hookah, somehow through all of that, got a hell of a play!
I think my dad is my biggest supporter because I've been playing FPS games with him since I was a kid, and he inspired me to go pro. Hi Dad, I'm here. I hope I make you proud in APAC.
And while Team Liquid has had their parents here in São Paulo to support, Team SMG are a long way from home. The last team in this tournament that hadn't been to an international event before, and they have a chance here to at least guarantee top 3, to even have an opportunity for the finals against Shopify.
Yes, it was Ineri that was robbed from attending Berlin Champions last year, losing in that 5th game on the super team of Alter Ego Celeste. We had to wait 365 days before she came back, and now just inches away from top 3.
We didn't even know if she'd have a team this year. She didn't at first, joins SMG late, but look at her now. This team is performing, and they have a strong half. Let's see what their attack on Haven has in store.
The caster nade pack call SMG the hive mind because of how coordinated they are. They don't even have to talk to each other to know what they're thinking, and they're all zooming into the A site.
Ineri dash forward, and Daiki is deleted. Still, Issa has flooded in. That's the power of this Viper Orb, but she needs to find the shots off of it. One, that's not good enough. SMG have the site and a big advantage.
Bastarda already on the flank, pushed down through C and into long, dashes away though. SMG are aware of her pressure on that flank, and she needs to seek out that fight. Down to 13 HP, as a matter of fact.
And now that turret, her biggest enemy, she can't really get past it. Has to commit to breaking that, and Georgina's dead as well. SMG have this round in the bag. Kohibi will swing, and they'll take it.
That'll be a big one too. Not just TL losing the pistol, but so much harder to get that op online earlier into a half. They're upgrading in round 3. That means probably looking round 5, round 6 at earliest. That wasn't a huge issue for Team Liquid yesterday. Bastarda did not go into the op early at all. But if you remember yesterday too, her first half, she was not waking up. We see that once again with her only having 4 kills on that attacking side. It is once she gets proactive on the defense that she's able to find her way back in.
And that's what happened in overtime. That's how they won 2-0 against BBL. They'll need it again here. Walk down mid for TL.
She went from bottom frag to top frag. And now she's going from defender side to attacker side. Once again going for the flank. 4 players this time around from Team Liquid.
SMG have Alexi in an off angle here. That's 1 and 2 secured easily. Never stop moving, never stop shooting.
That's the trick. You got SMGs versus pistols. Your feet better be dancing. The cop from Footloose, absolutely furious.
Shirazi will dance again. She's good at it. And well, it's not going to be a flawless round this time. It is just Issa spotted out with no hope of anything in this round. So that's maybe another gun. Damage.
A gun, some damage. No. It's just simply not meant. I actually think dying to spike here is more optimal. Alexi's already on 4 orbs, so making sure Alexi can't take a fight. You can see SMG are leaving Alexi because they want her to take that fight to farm it on up. You're not going to win the race to the ult orbs after losing pistols. You might as well just whisper your way into the night.
And that she does. So SMG leading by 4. This anti-bonus is going to be pivotal if Team Liquid have a chance to come back.
Bastarda really likes to get activated, especially on the short angle on A. We'll see if she goes for that or if it's going to end up being over towards long. Team Liquid aren't overloaded into this area, and because they are playing without the breach, it's a little more challenging to fully commit your way into that A lobby. You don't have the breach stun line to force anyone off that.
SMG dominated the opening kills in that first half. That tide needs to change for the side of Team Liquid. Bastarda in the smoke towards long, but it's just a fake. And she has to dash away. But they're already so far forward. I mean, there's no way you expect them to just keep running behind that. Bastarda taken off guard, and Daiki on site. She doesn't have a chance to really get out of this one. Has to try and fight forward, flash through. Her teammates coming in to join her.
It's full chaos. 3 defenders already on site for Team Liquid. That's SMG smoke that they're hiding out in.
But it's going to drop soon. And Ineri is ready to on the other side, and they are all gone. A beautiful shutdown by SMG. The little Astra pull at the end there to isolate all these kills. They handle a very complicated round so well.
Some funky utility in the spray transfer at the end from Camille. The absolute cherry on top. Let's see it again. Because obviously Bastarda, she always looks for that second fight. She's always swinging back in the angle, but there you have it. Woo! That is nice. There's even a pull coming down in case it wasn't at the end. Shirazi is always supporting her team with the Astra, and that's almost the most fun thing you can do on the Astra. You don't even have your gun out half the time. You're in outer space just dropping comets, pulls, stuns, everything down on the enemy.
Second pause here for Team Liquid. They are down 10-5. This really seems like the first time since that opening match where they got sent down on this lower bracket run that they have been far behind in a map.
It's been 2-0s for them every time, and it's been them leading at a half as well. They have never been in this situation. And even if you look at Team Liquid and how they performed internationally last year, the only two teams Team Liquid has lost to on the international stage, G2 and last year's Shopify Rebellion.
And it's a different one than this year, but those are the two finalists. And the only team they've lost to in this tournament thus far, also G2, one of the favorites for the tournament. Unfamiliar situation here.
It would be heartbreaking to go against SMG, but we are getting a little ahead of ourselves. Still map number 1. The Team Liquid Sheriffs in hand. Bastarda actually given the Spectre of all things. And it's overloading. 4 players into A lobby. Without the breach, you almost need the extra numbers to fight this. You need Eugenia on the scene with Paranoia to make something happen, but SMG are avoiding it entirely. It could just be a fast C split for them.
And there wouldn't be much to stop. Just one Molly. Team Liquid already committed to playing retake here, and they've made the right decision.
Yeah, you know, Team Liquid will have a lot of flankers potentially, but I like the decision to flush out mid, make sure there's no lurk coming in, instead re-clear mainly through Garage.
Spike planted. Bastarda alone. And this off angle is gross from Shirazi.
It's a game of chicken.
She wants to fight this one. Is very suspicious of someone close in. But could that timing get the better of her? She's stuck in that astral plane, and Bastarda picks the perfect timing, but the rest of her team is just disappearing on the site. SMG contends with the flanker and with Bizera as well. Clean round.
And SMG are getting close to ultimates. That's how you close out a half like this. When you get obliterated and you lose that anti-bonus, SMG can carry that all the way into the future. What I'm looking at right now is 1 off Hunter's Fury for Alexi, 3 off for Cameo.
Last one down.
And Team Liquid well a ways off. This is a must-win round. They lose this, you might as well wrap it up. SMG are going to have so much firepower heading into round 18.
And even if you win, it's still a long road to come back in this map.
Yeah, 3 stars placed at the start of the round. SMG really showing their hand into an A hit. They don't freeze often, and they're not doing it this time.
Dikey's getting ran over on these sites round after round, but this time she stands up to it. What is that transfer? Dikey doing it again. Finds another shot. She has got it again. 4 kills. She's 1 off the ace. And the crowd wants it.
She's hunting for it, Mimi.
And Alexi will run. She'll try to hide, but the troops are on their way. Dikey is ready to claim what is hers, and while she whips out on the shots, she did enough in that round.
It's 5-11 in an elimination match, and we're hunting for the ace.
If there's something to get the energy back in, that's it.
Might as well. By the way, the ultimates, Dikey with a 4K got that Seekers back immediately. And the angling she's in front of that traditional angle, she barely sees the setup of the breach utility. A Paranoia to come out and support her as well.
You often forget how good Georgina is as a support player when she's winning so many clutches, but she was crucial in that round for Dikey. Here we go again, though. SMG's money is not broken. They have another rifle round, another chance to press on to game point.
SMG are going to run into this walk-up. Bastarda escorted all the way up into Cubby, thanks to the hold from Georgina. And she actually teleports back into Cubby. Seekers as well. We'll see 3 very near into A lobby. But it's really difficult for Team Liquid to lean back over into A. Now that Bastarda is pushed all the way into C, that allows Georgina to rotate, slam over into A. Team Liquid could have as many as 3-4 players here very early, especially with that Sky Flash continuing to ping out. The problem is there's no dog left from Dikey, so he's not able to use that and get perfect info.
These A anchors have been tested round after round. Here's another one. Dikey will tuck towards short. Issa backside, isolated duels, but this time the entry dies, and Dikey keeps going from last round. Can't get to, but Issa, she's doing it all. Now teammates have joined, flooded back into the site, thanks to her utility.
And they're completely trapped. Bastarda's pushed all the way in around them. They have to fight forward. They have to win their ones. Kohibi gets the first, continuing to look into the backside, but it all goes down to Alexi. 1-on-2 on site. Still the Jet coming in at her flank.
Only 53 health.
She's taking her time. Now she's suspicious. Where is the Jet? Moves forward with only 10 seconds remaining, gets the first, but Georgina is there.
Team Liquid, they're bringing it back. A big 7th round one, momentum in their sails.
It is the sight anchoring of Team Liquid that is just world class here, Mimi.
And it goes back to the difference in composition. This is where that Viper is so helpful. You can play the flood retake. You can utterly toy with your opponent on which angles you could play. Team Liquid does it so well.
The stall utility has been there. And SMG on the other side, you know, one of the best ways you can break out this stall comp is by dominating the line into A short. That breach fault line is so powerful on that angle. But the issue in that last round was, while Daiki was stunned up by the fault line, the fight on the right-hand side of the site was won by Issa, so that wraparound from the Jet, from Aneri, wasn't able to come in time to play off of the breach stun. That utility combo between your duelist and also your initiator has to be perfect, or else you're not going to be able to capitalize, and Team Liquid will stall you out and win out in their holds.
First time out of the game being taken for Team SMG. The first moment where the momentum has shifted in favor of Team Liquid, where the energy has come back into this arena.
I would like to see Team SMG come back into this round with focus on mid control. They've done a lot towards A lobby, and one of the best ways to punish this Viper comp is by eating up the Killjoy utility around mid. Oftentimes, defenders will leave that B site soft, rely on the Killjoy utility to stop a lurk from coming in. And that's why I even love more that Team Liquid are focusing on mid control this time around. Bastarda up on the high angle.
They're very good at finding a new strategy out of their opponent's timeouts. Is it the right call, though? Because SMG will pressure A lobby yet again.
It's an early dog from Daiki. She goes into it so often the step out of garage door. Kohybe gets the first, but Bazera is there for the trade.
1-for-1 is good because now they get space. Now they get Bastarda up deep in mid.
The alarm bot turned off as well. It's Shirazi, though, moving back on the reclear. She expects players outside in mid.
Bastarda's crosshair is placed for the wrong side, and Shirazi is clearing this.
Doesn't matter.
Not thorough enough. Bastarda wins it, but Aneri has walked into A in the backlines. Daiki is caught off guard.
Daiki is completely caught off guard because they have no forward information over there. Forward as well. Bazera gets the kill. And control out of heaven. The Molly could push players off this angle. They're going into A-Link. Bastarda gets the first kill. Cameo left alone and spammed through the wall. Issa finds the final.
They're choking them out from all angles. The change of pace to fight into mid, to entrench Bastarda is all so important to win that late round.
Bastarda waking up is the difference for Team Liquid in these second halves.
It's what happened yesterday. It's how they beat BBL, and it's happening again. Eager rounds here now for Team SMG. They'll get a hero rifle on Aneri, but this is Team Liquid's chance to bolster their lead, to pull back into this one.
Eco rounds usually mean a fast pace, and that's what I'm seeing from SMG this time around. Quick into long, put Aneri in a position to fight, and they make this fight happen for her.
Short control is so important, and Team Liquid are holding on to it yet again. Dog, forward Daiki, has to dance around this box, has to deal with so many players. Flash is good, she isolates, fight onto one side, can't get this right transfer, and now SMG are getting kills. They've cut Team Liquid down to 2, and ults are being invested.
Alexi canceling out the lockdown so they can stay on site. They haven't planted the spike. Shirazi sees the head of Issa.
Bizarra can't stop the spike from being recovered. And now it's a 1v3 ahead of her. Crossfire's established. She needs perfection. And Aneri is ready. Team SMG, map point.
Map point stolen away. Just one hero rifle from Team SMG there. And it all comes down to this on the site. Aneri and Shirazi coming around, looping into backside. Daiki caught completely off guard.
And every round, Christy, is coming down to these A anchors. It's make or break for Team Liquid. All the pressure has been on them.
SMG aren't going anywhere else. It's crazy. They just keep slamming their heads into the site. And on the eco round of all things, that's when it works out. Okay, I guess we run it back once more.
The tools for SMG to close this one out are great. Huge ultimates, Rolling Thunder, lockdown. And again, because this breach comp, they just get a lobby for free every round. But look at the setup. A player in the close corner. This has never been done before from Georgina. Where's that reaction? Rolling Thunder into the site, but it will hit nobody because Shorty's the primary, but no one is looking at Shirazi. Georgina turns in time. She's still alive and all to get out, but she has to fight. She is forced to duel, and she dies.
Best starter coming fast in on the flank. Has the knives to be able to pop. The two remaining players from Team Liquid flooding out from CT. Plan to actually cancel, but there's so much time to work with here.
Aneri desperately wants a fight. But
Bastarda.
Here comes that flank with Startup. Perfect angle, perfect shot.
Down A.
Aneri has to hunt forward. Has to get the spike, has to flush out behind her. And Bastarda's coming in from short now of all things.
Tap on the spike. Team Liquid do not give the fight. Bastarda walks out. And Aneri's just not looking. Team Liquid stay alive yet again, and critically, SMG use some big ults into that round, and they cannot win it. That's the Rolling Thunder going.
Yes, Team Liquid had been punished for playing back on site, so fighting forward. And the Rolling Thunder doesn't hit anyone, right? Because they're so forward into short. That's the type of adaptation you expect from a team as strong as Team Liquid.
This is Team SMG's first time on an international stage. And Team Liquid, they've been here before. Daiki has called in positions like this before.
And Daiki is called for the pivot. Full Killjoy setup over on A. Kahibi on the other side saying, we're not dealing with A, we're splitting into C quick.
For the first time, it's something new out of Team SMG, and Bastarda is forced to drop down. Finding a shot here would be massive, but she's running out of time on her dash, and her teammates are having to fall back. Lockdown, keeping her at bay, but she wants to fight. Bastarda goes 1 for 1.
Seekers available on retake for Team Liquid. But there's the Cosmic Divide. Tough to break through now. And that position in window is massive. Kohibi gets the opener. Two players wrapping around her into garage door, but she falls back into sight to join her team.
The safety of the Cosmic Divide. And a brutal angle to deal with. She'll throw Molly, she'll play close with Dog, tags her, and Bizarre tries to follow up. But as she dies, she pops the Molly, which means no trade from Daiki. Easing into the back line, finds 2 fights. Daiki helps her out, and it leaves it on Shirazi. Solves time for a moment. It'll work in her favor, but she needs to rely on spin. She needs to rely on luck, and well, she found one. Can she get Issa off? Can she stop this? Just at the last moment. Shirazi closes them out. Team SMG force Liquid on the back foot.
That's a way to open the day. The Red Bull clutch for Shirazi at the finish. In the 1v2 of all things. And Team SMG, no surprises. They play with speed. They play just to overwhelm you. 5 players running in over and over again. It happened on this side as well. And even though Team Liquid had new ideas, it was SMG on top.
Team Liquid down a map. If they want to stay alive in front of their home crowd, they're going to have to recover after this.
Red Bull gives you wings.